The next trend we'll look at is cloud. Cloud is changing the IT landscape in a fundamental way. It's changing the way people and companies think about IT, and it's changing the way companies deploy IT. It's also changing the way people think about storage. In this segment, we'll look at the relationship between cloud and storage, and we'll focus on two things. First, where we see many companies today in their cloud journey, and second, we'll look at how companies can leverage cloud to address storage infrastructure inefficiencies. As a starting point, let's look at where companies today stand with regard to storage and cloud. Specifically, does enterprise data, so to speak, live in the cloud, or does it live in traditional storage? Well, despite all the noise around public cloud, when you scratch beneath the surface, 84% of storage revenues are derived from traditional storage, and only 16% from cloud storage. So most data is stored in traditional storage. But where does that data sit? Well, typically it sits in standalone silos. These are discrete silos purpose-built for various applications. So you'll have storage for SAP, storage for database workloads, another solution for email, and so on. So what's the result? This heat map is based on an IBM survey of hundreds of companies across industries. It shows that 75% of data is not in the right place, which is a nice way of saying that companies are paying too much for that data. 15% of the 75% is performing poorly, and 60% is either accessed rarely or not at all. Why is this happening? Well, it's because there's a misalignment between data value and what a customer is paying to store that data. Cloud storage can help with this misalignment. So how can moving to a cloud paradigm address the inefficiencies we saw on the previous slide? Let's find out. You've probably heard that cloud and storage are all about the workload. So it's not surprising that most experts recommend that a move to cloud involve a close look at workloads and then doing the following: keeping and fixing in a private cloud, and moving or placing from the get-go in a public cloud. To keep and fix, customers should figure out which workloads should stay on premises. Typically, workloads will stay on premises if they're mission critical or core to the business or differentiate the business in a significant way. After identifying workloads that will stay on premises, companies should fix those workloads. This means using storage hardware and software solutions that support their cloud goals. IBM has a gamut of these solutions, and we'll look at 3 of these on the next chart. So what workloads should move to the cloud or be placed there from the get-go? Well, these include commodity cloud services such as file sharing, basic storage, and dev test workloads, and quicker and better cloud services such as Google Mail, Salesforce.com, and so forth. Once companies place workloads correctly and use the right storage solutions, the heat map will show balance. Balance is achieved through cloud-optimized solutions that simplify storage through means such as automatically moving data to the optimal location and medium. With 6 Spectrum Storage family members and our wider range of hardware, from industry-leading flash system to the DS8000 family, to XIV, to Storwize, to tape, to integrated infrastructure, there are literally dozens of storage solutions that IBM offers. Here are only 3, and there are many more. Integrated infrastructure such as VersaStack and the Power System Solution Edition for Cloud offer companies the ability to deploy rapidly and in a cost-efficient way. Spectrum Control delivers highly efficient data storage through optimal utilization, auto-tiering, and auto-provisioning. This Spectrum offering is now in beta as a cloud service as well. And Spectrum Accelerate enables companies to deploy enterprise storage rapidly and the flexibility to choose between deployment on commodity hardware, in the cloud, or as an appliance. We have numerous customers attesting to how IBM storage solutions fuel their cloud. Let's look at one, City of Hope, a healthcare research institute based in California. City of Hope built a private cloud that complies with HIPAA regulations and provides self-service, agility, and ubiquitous access to data. Its solution includes Flash System for Tier 0, XIV for Tier 1, and Spectrum Virtualize for virtualization and the automatic movement of data between Flash System and XIV. The proof is in the pudding for City of Hope, as it benefits not only from higher performance, but from huge cost savings as well. Our solution has brought a 5-fold increase in performance while saving City of Hope up to 75% compared to competitor costs. Ultimately, City of Hope has discovered the balance that we spoke about earlier by adopting and deploying cloud.